if
What
if the
exactly?
military,
What
oh
exactly
sorry,
is the question here? Is it because it seems like you're mainly focused on if it's just a recognized religion.
Oh, well, that's how the conversation started off because actually what I was getting at is because humanism is so tied in with Satanism, that's why I wouldn't generally associate with Satanists. And then somebody said, well, what do you mean it's a formally recognized religion? And that's what started us down that path.
So what
well,
is humanism?
humanism, that the concept of humanism is anti-satanic. There's absolutely nothing satanic about humanism.
Well, hang on. I would agree with you if you're saying LaVeyan Satanism, right? Because LaVeyan Satanism is like a hodgepodge of Norse and things taken from Christian ethics and some things taken from psychology, and it's a hodgepodge of beliefs. I agree with that. But like the Satanic Temple, which is what I was referencing, definitely their tenets are very reflective of humanism. But you already said you disassociate yourself from that.
Do you know where the tenets came from?
What's that?
You know how they came about those 7 tenets? Actually, it was 9 before 7. But do you know where they got those tenets?
No. Where do they get them?
They slapped them together in 10 minutes before a court case, which they lost, to look good in the eyes of the public.
Okay.
And then before that, one of their tenets, before these 7, one of the original tenets was to believe in an actual deity of Satan.
Yeah, it started out as a theistic group with Lucius Greaves and a handful of other people who I will not name, but Greaves is kind of like the puppet master of it all.
Oh, wasn't LaVey's daughter involved with the Satanic Temple?
TST? No, she started a werewolf order with.
Well, that makes sense.
she walked away from all of that, and she's actually a Buddhist now. But regardless of the paths that people take, because there's a lot of ding-dongs nowadays that have written a shit ton of literature within the occult that were once a part of the Church of Satan and then decided to go on their own path and go on this spiritual walk with their theistic beliefs, right? And those people then started these little pop-up cell groups or other ideologies that has absolutely nothing to do with the fundamentals of the Church of Satan's philosophy.
Look, I listen, if you're making the case that the Temple Satanism and LaVeyan Satanism are different, you're preaching to the choir on that. I completely agree with you.
I'm not saying that's not my point at all. My point in saying this is that what Anton LaVey wrote and what Peter H. Gilmore has written in both the Satanic Bible as well as the Satanic Scriptures, those are kind of like those 2 books by themselves are essentially the foundation for the organization's literature. Now, when you actually go beyond the basic fundamentals of the organization's literature, there's other pieces of literature that has nothing to do with the organization itself, but has everything to do with the philosophy, right?
You mean the pop-up cells, you mean?
No, I'm talking about like there are philosophers, there are other historians or people from other eras that played a significant role in the development of the Church of Satan that inspired Anton LaVey and basically built the fundamentals around.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. LaVey references them in the Satanic Bible itself. But the thing is, though, is like, I feel like you're just saying the same thing I'm saying, but maybe not. But I guess my question to you then, if it's LaVeyan Satanism, is do you believe in satanic magic then?
What is your definition? We may have 2 different definitions.
Oh, I mean, actually, that's a pretty good point. So my understanding of satanic magic is that it's a form of affirmation psychology, which is designed to essentially get what you want, and that's perfectly acceptable to do. That there is something which could be considered maybe paranormal, but it's not completely explained, only that there's some like perhaps mysterious universals that will bend to your will when you when you kind of perform this kind of satanic magic. Okay.
So to a certain degree, I do agree with your definition.
Satanic Church, which, in my understanding now, is there's two competing branches, one which falls under a more secular humanist branch, another one which will still practice what they call dark magic, but that just really, they're talking about psychological manipulation, essentially. And they're like a LaVeyan sect, a leftover LaVeyan sect, but that the main branch mostly embraces a humanist, more humanist manifesto under their tenets. And I still wouldn't want to be associated with them. Like, I still wouldn't want to be pals, because I think that humanism itself is just stupid. So, ultimately,
Satanism has nothing to do with humanism, and there's definitely no tenets. And just based off of the word tenet, I'm assuming you're talking about the Satanic Temple, which Satanism does not recognize or acknowledge at all.
Well, okay. Well, when you say Satanism, what are you referencing then?
So there is only Satanism. There are no branches or sects or different versions. There's only Satanism.
Yes, I mean there definitely is, though. At least people who identify as being that.
Right, but those are factually incorrect.
Isn't that a no true Scotsman fallacy, though?
No, because the entirety of Satanism codified in 66 hasn't always been atheistic.
Well, hang on, codified by who, though?
Anton LaVey. It is a recognized, acknowledged religion that is atheistic.
I don't think that LaVeyan Satanism is a recognized religion, actually.
It absolutely is.
Let's find out. I want to find out now. Where can I find if LaVeyan Satanism is codified? By who? Who's it codified by? The U.S. government?
It's recognized by
the U.S. government, including the military, recognizes the Church of Satan as a religious organization and will stamp it on all paperwork and dog tags.
Let's take a look here. No. LaVeyan Satanism is founded by Anton LaVey, is not officially recognized as a religion by the U.S. government, and no, they will not stamp it on dog tags. So that was just made up, bro.
I'd be more than happy to pull up my...
Please do. Please do. Where can I look this information up?
Sure, no problem.
Well, so, I mean...
Give me about, like, 5 minutes. I'll pull it up for you.
So where did you get the source that says that it's not a codified religion?
Well, that was from the US.org. They said that Satanism is not a recognized religion by the U.S. government.
Interesting. That's the first I've ever heard of that.
But I am willing to be corrected. It's possible I'm wrong, right? I'm not right about everything.
I'm not saying that you're right or wrong. I'm just saying that's the first I've ever heard of that.
Oh.
The host gave me the characteristics of what you would need to be defined as a religion. Host, you can give those.
Yeah, the U.S. government does not officially recognize any satanic religion. They don't endorse nor approve them. They did give the Satanic Temple a tax-exempt status by the IRS, and they do that with other religious organizations, that's true, but they also do them with non-religious organizations, which was the compromise. So it's definitely not an officially recognized religion.
The TST, one of the very first things that they've done...
hang on real quick. Maybe that's what you're thinking of because of the tax exemption status?
No, the TST themselves filed as a Christian organization in order for them to have a tax exemption.
So the U.S. government recognizes a Christian organization. Got it. That would be not Satanist.